So Sean, a personal welcome from myself to you into the club. You've been here for just over a month now. How's that first month been?
Yeah, thanks Scott. It's great to be here. I think the first month has been a real challenge, incredibly hard work, and I've got to pay tribute to the staff behind the scenes who have done everything they possibly can to make sure that cricket is going to be played here. I also want to pay tribute to the City Council, the ECB, who have equally held our hand and making sure that Fisher County Ground is good to go. So we're actually looking forward to competing in the Bob Willis Trophy and playing in the T20. So yeah, bring it on. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, obviously not the ideal situation to come into a new job. As you just alluded to there, the authorities have worked really well and closely together with the club. Looks like we're just about getting through to the other side now. So how eager are you just to get cricket back underway?
I'm over the moon actually to get cricket to be played here. You know, and for me, I think again, I reiterate that the effort. I don't think we can see the effort that's kind of gone in. You know, our stadium manager and our operations manager, commercial team have worked really hard to try and just make sure that everything is ready for that day. And I think for us as well, that with the local lockdown situation, that was kind of a bit of a spanner in the works. We were going along nicely, and then that came. So I had to deal with that as well. So, yeah, do you know what? It's been hard, but it's been good fun. And I think we've all learned a bit more about each other, how we all operate. So as a team, I think we are stronger. So I think that has got to put us in good stead for the future.
County Championship cricket is coming back at the weekend. Obviously, we were due to play against Lancashire here at the Fisher County Ground. Unfortunately, we fell just short of the requirements. So your first official game as CEO of the club will be at Worcestershire against Lancashire. Quite a different situation.
Very unusual situation. Yeah, we were. You know, just to clarify, we were very keen to get the game on here at the Fisher County Ground, but we did everything possible and we were ready to go. But Lancashire had some reservations, of which we discussed with them. And then we agreed with the ECB and Lancashire that actually we would flip the fixture and it would be an away fixture for Leicestershire. So we'll actually play at Worcestershire versus Lancashire as an away fixture, which is fine. We look forward to that. And I think as well, we've just got to pay tribute to Durham, who have switched and actually playing here. So we've retained 3 home games, Derbyshire, Nottinghamshire and Durham. And then the final one, for me, will be an interesting one against Yorkshire. Obviously, I've lived up there for a number of years, so I'm looking forward to each of the games. And just what I would say for us, it is about how we learn in this Bob Willis Trophy. You know, we're a club that's in transition. We're rediscovering our identity. We've got players that are coming through the ranks. So I think, you know, to be fair to Paul Nixon, he's done an amazing job so far. I think, you know, expectations got to be realistic. Let's get out there, let's play cricket, let's learn, and then take it maybe into 2021, where I'm certain we will progress as a cricket club.
And of course, the now younger looking Leicestershire squad obviously just came back from a 2-day friendly fixture against Notts, where they fared very well. Obviously, Hassan Azad stepping up once again, Harry Dearden putting a good innings in, and the bowlers came to the fore as well. Yeah, the performances by some of the lads I thought was excellent. I had the pleasure of watching it on a stream whilst I was at the office here. So seeing Hassan putting in a great performance, so Swindles, you know, all the lads in there, you know, Ben as well, from a bowling perspective, gives us kind of optimism. And I think you mentioned there that we are a young side, and we are. And I think for Leicestershire, we've got to understand that's who we are. We are, and I keep using this phrase, and I won't get tired of saying it, we are the Academy of Cricket. So we're a place where people actually can come and learn their sport. Big students of the game, good students of the game, you know, and that doesn't mean to sort of say that we're going to always get cheap players. We want players
who are willing to learn, who are on that path, that journey for us. So, and I think to some degree that journey started yesterday at that friendly at Nottinghamshire. So this is a new chapter. What the chapter will look like, it's very difficult for us to say, but I would say that there'll be no stone left unturned. There'll be no lack of effort. And I think for us, Leicestershire is now a new breed of fox, and hopefully we develop a really exciting one here at the Fisher County Ground. And
County Championship cricket, now the Bob Willis Trophy, will return to the Fisher County Ground on the 8th against Derbyshire. So just how important will that be, not only to the club but to the area as well?
I'm very excited about that. Particularly for me, it's my first official home game. So for me, against Derbyshire here is going to be great, and a local rival as well to boot. So that'll be great. We will, I think, be behind closed doors. I can't expect to see spectators in the ground, which is a real shame because I'm a believer that sport without spectators is nothing. But we are where we are. For us as a county, for us as a city, I think it's incredibly important that we get sport back on, cricket back on here. You've seen Leicester City had a tremendous season, and they have managed to get to Europe, and they've had fixtures there. I think the rugby's not too far off as well. So for us, getting cricket on here, I think is very important for us and Leicestershire. So yeah, we're excited, and this new chapter that's beginning, I think we want people to be involved. We want the brands of Leicester, we want the people of Leicester to come, get involved, and be a real kind of signal for cricket. Let's try and achieve something here that's pretty special.
And you just said there that you're of the thought process that sport without spectators is nothing really. So now we need to sort of stand up and say and tell our fans out there how important they are, despite them not going to be in our stadium watching the Foxes in 2020, unfortunately.
Spectators are everything in sport for me, because I think they add the colour of the game. The players deliver the sport, they go out to work, but it's those spectators that add the atmosphere. And as we've seen through football and the Premier League and the Championship, whilst the games are good, are very entertaining, it just lacks that X factor. And I think, for me, the sooner we get them back, the better. Of course, it has to be safe to do so, and we will work to the guidelines, the Stage 5 guidelines. But I think what I would say is that to the people of Leicestershire is get behind Leicestershire County Cricket Club. Join us on this journey, because once you start on this journey, it will be pretty special. There's going to be some ups, there's going to be some downs. We know that. We had a world record here last year, so who knows what might happen. But I think I can't say this loudly enough, really. Come and try cricket, whether that be the 4-day game or the T20 game, when you're allowed to do so, and back your county. I think your county needs you. So we need those people, and I think they bring colour to us. So the more that we can have here at Leicestershire, the better.
Paul, thanks for joining us, obviously via live stream. During these unprecedented times, obviously we've got to keep our distance and make sure everything's okay. So thanks for joining us. Firstly, I just want to talk a bit about the friendly at Trent Bridge for the past 2 days. Obviously, there were some impressive performances with the bat and the ball. Are they giving you some of those headaches at coaches like building up to the fixture against Lancashire tomorrow?
Absolutely. Morning. Just what we needed. We needed we've had some centre wicket practices ourselves, but nothing's the same as playing against an opposition. Going to the fantastic Trent Bridge ground, which is great for the guys this time of year. And a nice pre-season build-up. And we decided we were going to bat the first day and not going to bat the second. A little bit of rain over the weekend and made the wicket a little bit greener, which was tougher for our batsmen. So it was a good challenge for our batters. But the way we played was really, really pleasing. Again, Hassan and young Alex Evans, they started really well. I think they bat 10 overs they put together. Haas did really well, consistent again. He's learnt more about the short ball. His balance is even better than last year, so he's got more scoring options. Young Sam played nicely without getting a run. He batted for quite a lot of balls, 30-odd balls. Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate in the end. But yeah, then Harry Deedon came in and played an absolute gem of an innings. It's something that Harry's been working really hard on. He had a tough year last year, but that extra time in the first team has just bode well for this year, and deserved 100. Played beautifully, real balance, timing, executed brilliantly on the bad ball, and got into really good positions. And then there's a lot of nice cameos after that. The guys came in. Colin Mackinnon played nicely. Young Harry Swindles dug in deep where the game could have just slid away from us, and he played beautifully. Him and Tommy Taylor played nicely. So yeah, Dieter Klein came in. Aaron Lilly looked good. All the guys, Callum Parkinson, all the guys looked really good. So some nice little gem of an innings is built around a couple of decent scores. So very, very pleased. We were 335, 340 for 6 with a few retirees. Set us in good stead. So really pleased.
The fixture tomorrow against Lancashire was originally scheduled to be played, obviously, at the Fisher County Ground. But discussions between the two clubs and the ECB decided that it's best to play at Worcestershire. How frustrating is that for you and as a squad? Because obviously all you want to do is get out onto the centre wicket at the Fisher County Ground and get used to your home ground again.
Yeah, we're here. We don't mind that. The wicket is actually quite similar to Grace Road. Generally, it's not high bounce and high pace. So, we all know that at Leicestershire, it can be a nice, easy place to bat on the second day. And I think Worcester's very similar. So, yeah, we've got to look at the forecast. Monday is looking like a bit of rain. Stunning today, stunning tomorrow, stunning nice day Sunday, and then rain Monday with Tuesday okay. So, we've got to be mindful of that. I've spoken to the groundsman at Worcester, and we're down there very shortly. I know there's going to be one side of the wicket. It's going to be a very short boundary. We're towards the cathedral end, away from the pavilion end. It's going to be quite a short boundary. But it's a good pitch, I've been told. We're going to have a look at it this afternoon. So, yeah, we for us, we're fluid. We just want to play cricket, whether it's here, whether it's at Old Trafford, whether it's at Worcester. Let's just play, It's about our skills on the surface that we're presented with against the opposition we're presented with. So we've got to be fluid. We're all in a good place. Our bowlers had a good run out as well. They had a fantastic bowling performance, a couple of outstanding performances. Benny Mike bowled nicely, swung the ball with good pace, and got some great bounces as well up his sleeve. The guys swung the ball up front, which was nice. Chris Wright bowled nicely up front. Tried a few things later on. He's been working on a wobble seam ball and his in-swinger to left-handers especially. So that was good. The boys, Dieter Klein bowled nicely, good pace, real good control, swung the ball back in, asked a lot of good questions. And it's nice for the spinners to have a run out as well. So bowlers are in a good place. When we get to Worcester, they're going to be hungry as well. To have Notts 12 wickets down, they had a couple of guys that sort of came back in, which is great. So which is what practice games are about. So yeah, for us to only to have 6 wickets down, for Notts to have 12 wickets down for only another 30 more runs, puts us in great stead to go and do really well and start the game really positively. Be full of confidence at Worcester.
The newly condensed county championship season, now known as the Bob Willis Trophy, of course, we've about a month of that cricket, followed by the Blast, which obviously the fixture's yet to be announced. With the lack of cricket and the amount of games, how important does it make each game for each player going into it for them to stake their claim in the future?
Well, it's crucial. We've just picked a 13 out of our squad, and that was a really tough decision, and we're going to have some even more tough decisions to come over the next few weeks. But all the guys know their contract situation and where they are, so that's positive. But we've just got to make sure that we don't get ahead of ourselves. We know that every game's massive. We know that every ball's important, we've just got to execute our skills, immerse ourselves in our routines, in our physical routines and mental routines. We know our game plans. We've done a lot of good prep on the opposition. We're well prepped. We're going to have a team chat tonight at the hotel at Worcester, and we look forward to getting out there. So yeah, every game's really important. The guys know that. we've tested them and challenged them a lot this winter in their sessions, and we're positive. I'm really confident and really happy where we are, and the guys are buzzing. We've got a great spirit, and we're looking forward to going out there and executing our skills and winning games of cricket.
With the current situation we find ourselves in regarding COVID, it seems that most, if not all, of the counties have cancelled the contracts for their overseas players for the Blast. What's your take on that? Do you think that might make the competition a bit more competitive this year?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I think a lot of not having it in the red ball game and overseas in red ball cricket, I still think there's quite a few who will have it in the Blast. I know certainly we are very keen for Janneman to come over here and be part of our squad. High class man, high class player. It's just what we need. The youngsters will learn a lot from him. We've got a very young squad, so it's crucial that we have that international quality coming, and hopefully that resonates to the guys. I'm sure it will. So yeah, it's about getting the right people on board, and Janneman is the right person. So there'll be still a few. I think there'll be a few counties that pull pros in. And I know that we want to get used to winning games of cricket in all formats. So it's crucial we do that.
And of course, all cricket for the foreseeable that's going to be played will be played without an audience, unfortunately. But just how important are the fans, despite the fact that they won't be able to come down and watch their Foxes live in flesh?
No, absolutely. We've had some great messages so far. We've got a loyal fan base here at Leicester County Cricket Club, and we're desperate to put on some good performances. I know it's going to be live streamed. Most of our games are live streamed. Social media's been going very positively, which is wonderful. We're excited with a new board, a new club, a new CEO, Sean, who's been fantastic towards the cricket side of our club. And really looking positively for the future. So, we've got some signings to come in the not too distant future. We've got some good things happening at the club. And we're desperate to start a good journey to the top. We really are.
Mehmooda, thanks for joining us. Obviously via live stream due to the situation we currently find ourselves in. Obviously, we need to take those precautions. But first of all, I'd like to kick things off by obviously discussing the past 4 or 5 months and how impressive it is that despite what's been going on globally, the 18 first-class counties and the ECB have worked so tirelessly together in order to get some form of cricket on for the fans over the summer of 2020.
Scott, thank you very much for inviting me here today. Absolutely, you're spot on there. The 18 counties, the ECB, everybody has worked so hard behind the scenes to get cricket back. For everybody, I'm sure everybody will have been enjoying the test match in the background. And if I reflect right back to the 23rd of March when we went into lockdown, I have to say that at that stage, if you'd said to me that we will have cricket, there'll be some cricket this season, I would have been somewhat sceptical. Absolutely delighted that we have got the domestic game starting on the 1st of August, just in the next couple of days. And that would never have happened without all the hard work that's been done behind the scenes. The 18 first-class counties have all worked together. Obviously, we've had differences of opinions. I'm sure you've read about those in the press. But at the end of the day, every first-class county wanted to ensure that we got cricket back for our fans, and I hope that you will all enjoy the season, albeit a shortened season, from the 1st of August.
And obviously, you just mentioned the fans there. Obviously, they've had a full summer without cricket. Obviously, a test match has just come back into action. But how important is it for them to fulfil their need of cricket despite not being able to visit the grounds?
Scott, if we could get everybody back to the ground, that would be amazing. But unfortunately, we are behind closed doors, and that's something that we don't have any control over at the moment. We are ECB are piloting are piloting games at the Oval and at Edgbaston, and seeing whether or not they can get games back with 20% capacity. As to whether or not that's going to be across the board is another matter. We don't know yet. We're still waiting for guidance, and if we manage to get fans back to our grounds, then we will obviously let you know. In the meantime, however, we are doing our absolute best to make sure that there is live streaming, that we've got a YouTube channel link. We hope that you will all join us by clicking your links and getting your live streaming up and running, and watching your local heroes, our players on the field. I'm sure that even though you're not there in person, our players will want to know that they are being followed, that they are being watched, and we hope that we've got some spectacular cricket in store for you starting in a couple of days.
And of course, the week following that, the second fixture against Derbyshire, we'll be hoping to obviously play out here at the Fisher County Ground, so fans, Leicestershire fans alike, will be able to see their Foxes take the field at the Fisher County Ground once again.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. Unfortunately, we can't welcome you at the ground. So please don't try and come down to Fisher County Ground. We would hate to have to physically turn you away, but it isn't safe. We've got to be, it isn't safe in the sense that we don't have government clearance. We don't have ECB clearance yet. The ground is safe. It's safe for our players. It's safe for our visiting counties. We've done an enormous amount of work in the background to make sure that all of the protocols are fulfilled. All the medical protocols. Architects have been down from the ECB to make sure everything is ready and safe. We've had clearance from our city council. So all the work, a lot of important work has been going on in the background. But unfortunately, we can't physically welcome you all back to Fisher County Ground just yet.